GM.
But we've got a game starting in about 2 seconds. So let's see if I can start well, which I don't always do. I'm normally a bit shaky in round 1. Hello, Loz. Hope you're doing okay, Loz. And glad you enjoyed the Reykjavik commentary. It was quite fun. And we're playing a guy from Azerbaijan, only 22.92, but I know from experience you should not judge a book by their cover, and everyone can play a great game. So I'm starting with quite a dangerous opening, the modern, because I was playing this a bit in Reykjavik, and I was enjoying it. I thought it was quite interesting. Very, very, very risky opening. And you sort of don't get much space and you can get checkmated quite quickly. That is the problem. But now maybe we can go into a dragon. It's a bit more like a Dragadorf now, isn't it? Now, do I stop that or do I try to counter-attack with something along these lines? I'm playing very slowly recently, so I've got to try to sort that out. Shall we counter-attack or not? I want to do something in the centre here, but maybe it's not quite working at this moment in time. Okay. What am I doing? Why am I taking so long? I shouldn't be. Okay, am I gonna play that? I'm not sure about this, but let's play it anyway. Moving very slowly at the moment. I want to play d5, but I'm trying to work out if it's doable or not. And I don't think it is, but I am now at least preparing to play it, I guess, in some way. My opponent's king is stuck in the middle, but I'm a bit scared to castle because I could just get checkmated as well. This is the problem with the modern. It's very risky. I mean, even if you win like 3 games in a row, it's so easy to lose one game if you play one bad move. So let's okay, what's going on here? He's trying to take control of this in a weird way. Okay, we'll take that one. And I really do want to break here, but maybe we can go queen d7 and even castle queenside. Is that a possibility? And then, oh my god, did I just drop a piece? Ah, oh. The bad form continues, everyone. I can't believe that. I was just, no excuses. I glanced over at the chat and I just dropped a piece. Oh my words. Right. This is going to make it quite challenging indeed. So we'll have to pump up the gear a little bit now. God dear, what happened there? I just took my eye off the ball, didn't I? Literally, took my eye off the ball for a second and blundered a whole piece. Well, we're making it a little bit challenging, at least. Now, is there any chances of getting a queen? If he takes with a bishop, then do I have a queen there at the end? Then queen e3. It's like obviously losing because I'm a whole piece down, and that is a good move because knight c5 after this one. And this is just terrible, isn't it? Absolutely terrible. Oh my god, what did I do? c5 knight here. I just literally dropped a piece. That was outrageously bad. And yeah, I don't think there's any coming back from this. So we're doing my opponent's playing well as well, to be fair. I think I had quite a nice position. I mean, do I have any tricks? I don't think so. Castles, I was hoping a bishop h6, but that's not even a trick because of bishop e3. So I don't even have that as a trick. So I'm literally running out of tricks in this position. And I think castles would be a good way to start exchanging some pieces off here. Because I am 2 whole pieces down. And just try to take this. I don't know what I do if my opponent castles. I mean, take here, takes, rook takes. Do I have a rook b8? Maybe. Rook d7, rook here, and then takes a knight check. Looks like I'm losing. So it's a bit late to start calculating well now, isn't it? Should have started calculating well when I'm I don't even know what... I mean, I'm threatening... I mean, maybe my opponent could just move this bishop as well. Because if I take the bishop coming here... I mean, I managed to complicate. My opponent is thinking. This is a really big mistake to think in chess. Never think. It's not a thinking man's game. It's a playing game. Okay. Now, I feel I have to take here because getting the dart squares is my only hope. And I've got this little trick if my opponent castles. Take here, I go in the corner. There might be a little bit of compensation. Am I fooling myself? This check now. Is there a little bit? This one? Do we just keep punting and pray? A little bit of pressure down here. My opponent's getting a bit short of time. And, okay. Trying to keep the position closed. Makes sense here. Let's come in with a little cheeky check. Now here I was thinking, but then there's a check here. So it doesn't quite work out. Any ideas here? That check is very annoying. Otherwise it would be quite a good idea. Don't know. Let's just move this one to start. And then knight d6. Yeah. Hasn't really worked that one, has it, Simon? Here. And then I get smother mated. I think I've just got to play quick here. And cross my fingers. And try to complicate. That is a nasty move, isn't it? Still in the game. How am I still in this game? How am I still in this game? Somehow. I don't deserve to be. Couldn't have taken that one, could I? I don't think so. Trying to make things as complex as we can. I'm getting short of time now. Okay. That is like basically how all of my first rounds go. Absolutely appalling. Now, what do you think? I don't know if you can see this, but don't cheat. Yeah, I don't know if it deserves a boom there, Star KO. I'm not really sure. How many pluses is my opponent in the final position? Plus what? Without cheating. How many pluses? What a brilliant game. That was inspiring stuff, wasn't it? Plus how many? Plus 5.6, plus 4, okay. Plus 17.4. I mean, Jesus, Simon. What are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, look at this. This is a plus 17.4. But I can't believe that. I literally just dropped a piece. Took my eye off the ball for a little bit. Do you want me to check the accuracy there? Just to make everyone feel better? This is a Grandmaster game. Shall we check it just for the giggles? Okay, come on. Let's check the accuracy then. We'll do a game review. I really don't want to look. Some games you just got to forget about. I'll be lucky to get over 50%. It can't be over 50%. 80.5. Really? I just don't believe. I just don't believe the computer. How can I get 80% for such an absolute pile of poo? I mean, that is like, you know, I pooed in my pants and it's gone everywhere game during a game. I can't get 80% for that. That's ridiculous. That just doesn't deserve 80%. It really doesn't. But I mean, yeah, my opponent played pretty okay. Just very slowly. Very slow game. And before I blundered the piece, you can see I'm kind of doing all right there. But I just gave the piece away. But yeah, my opponent played kind of all right there, though. Kind of all right. Until he forgot about the clock, which is very, very nice of him. Thank you very much for forgetting about the clock, opponent. And that is a lifesaver. So we've got another chance. Oh, we can relax a little bit now. We can relax a bit. Don't underestimate yourself. Well, I mean, I don't really underestimate myself. Just you know, it's horrible blundering pieces, isn't it? I mean, like, you know. Oh, God, do you see what my opponent can play here? There's so many ways to win. I just realised this check, let's say I move the king nice and calmly. Oh, dear. Checkmate. It's just one way that I could have gone down at the end there. But, yeah, I mean, the thing is, when you're losing, so around about here, you know, I mean, look at this. Boom. Bishop takes b6. Oh, my God. But when you're losing, what you need to do, it doesn't matter what you do, so you just need to complicate it. So f5 was a good move because you might as well make it as complex as you can, and that's all I'm trying to do. This move, I know I'm going to lose another piece, but who cares, you know? It's like, I suppose it's like, you know, if you're about to die, you might as well do it in style, right? You know, you might as well go down blazing glory if you have an opportunity. And at least around here, it's a little bit complicated. No, I think, okay, we're in with the next game, so we've got to play better now, as we're playing someone about 800 points higher than that last person. So let's try to concentrate. And what should we play? I think we play normal stuff. So let's play the Queen's Indian. Can't be a bad start, can it? And, okay, the Rogozin. I hate this opening. So bloody annoying. And I've never really worked out what to do against this either. I mean, I'm just going to go here just because I can. And let's go here. And I'm kind of trying to give up this pawn and I don't know why. And, right, okay. Now, this could well be one of the more main lines of the Rogozin. Bishop h7 is quite a cheeky threat here. And I've played this, I think I've had this before, this variation, when c4, bishop f5 is, I think, theory. So we're going to put the bishop there. We don't want to allow the knight to come into e4. That's the one thing I remember. And you want to try to play for e4 in this position. And it's, you know, if this knight moves, I damage the structure. Opponent has to be a little bit careful. Maybe I can play this move. h6 doesn't fit in well. The normal response was g6, bishop h3 earlier on. So now this strikes me as an idea, but I think a4 is a useful move to play, trying to get a little hold on that area of the board. Okay, maybe I should have taken the opportunity to play that. Who knows? And do we now play on the queen side? I feel like it makes sense to have some ideas over here because I didn't take the opportunity to play in the center of the board. And one threat at some point might be to take here and take on b7, grabbing a pawn. So this is a very, very comfortable position for me. And something like rook b5, it seems like a nice move to play. So rook b5 probably improves things, correct? Let's play this. This seems like a useful move. I mean, I put a bit more pressure on the pawn. My rook activates somewhat. Maybe I'm threatening to take there and grab the pawn there. Why the hell not? Rook c5. Where does my opponent go? Because my bishop drops back. Let's try this little move. It seems interesting to me. Bishop, queen d6. The bishop comes and finds the queen. Okay, this is the kind of tic-tac I could forget about. My opponent trying to swap queens off. And the pawn improves if I do swap the queens off, so I don't really want to do that. But where do we come with the queen? This move's possibly coming next. I mean, do we swap the queens and play on the queen side still? I think it's alright actually, because my bishop could be quite strong in that kind of position. And how to do this, how to play. Okay, I got to move quick. I'm slowing down now. I play much better when I play more natural and quick without overthinking things in blitz. This is why I like playing classical chess. I like having the opportunity to have a good think, but it's very easy to overthink things. Maybe this move you see is, and then b6 is okay. Now this, I guess I might as well try to come as active as possible. Now, there is a slight chance my rook could get trapped, but we can't worry about everything in life, can we? And do we stick h4 on the board? I don't know if it's useful or not. Let's put it on the board, why not? And okay, I'm hoping my rook is okay, but I don't like h4 now because it's getting kicked in the wrong way. Takes. I have to probably, maybe I can go bishop to that square. Okay, my rook okay still, people? Okay, e4 must be played, of course. And rook b5 would have been much stronger there. Can I still play this rook b5 move? I like this move for some reason. Trying to swing the rooks over. My bishop's very good. Looks like a good position so far. Don't want to allow too much counterplay with this move though. And coming down here, check. So I might have to play, I think this is the threat, e5. So okay, so takes, now we swing it. And maybe just play a logical move. Again, don't get short of time, Simon, because that is where you're going to pay the price. Okay. Feels like there might be a tactic here, but I'm way too slow to spot tactics. So we'll just play here. Might have had something much stronger there in the position. My position looks fantastic, by the way, but okay, my opponent going for counterplay. Now I'm going to play here first. Now I could have taken on h7. Shit, that would have been very strong. But I wanted to give my king this square after some checks. Okay, let's try to simplify the position somewhat. Now rook takes, check here, check. Is this mate? I'm going to keep it simple because I can't calculate it, I'm afraid. There could have been something much stronger there. But my calculation was a little bit slow. And yeah, this is the only try my opponent could go for. But this is actually quite dangerous now. Get behind the pawn, of course. And let's just use the king. Don't allow that pawn to go any further is key. Obviously. And I've got to have a pawn of my own here. So let's just keep it under control. Don't let that knight cause any mischief. And we can just slowly come forwards with the big ones. And they are pretty big, aren't they, these pawns? But I'm taking it a little bit carefully because I know how good I can be. Okay, there we go. Put out of your boy for smoking, son. That was more like it. That was more like it. I mean, look at that. I had that incredibly bad. I had that incredibly bad round one game, and then I managed to beat a 29-40. It's like, what the hell's going on? That's just typical me, right? That's just typical me and my my crappy style. If I could play like that in every game, I'll be Grandmaster, wouldn't I? Oh, I am a Grandmaster. Oh yes, that's weird. Very strange. No, there was probably other ways that I could have won that one. Definitely. I mean, like I mentioned, my tactics, I'm not very sharp at spotting, like, you know, amazing tactics in blitz. I can't do it. I need to sit down and have a lot of time. But I had a great position, and the thing is, when you have a great position, you just there's no point maybe taking, you know, going for tactics unless you're really sure they're winning. There probably was some winning moves there, as I'm sure. But there we go. So you can see the graph. There was probably easier ways to win, but it was quite smooth sailing for most of it. I mean, it was a bit bloppy around here, right? I mean, I probably messed up, but I had quite a nice position. It was a lot easier to play, so I think that was 90%. We can be happy. We can be happy. Someone's saying, please check. Well, I mean, G3 was crushing as well, so it doesn't matter so much. But Ains Spanner is saying, I'll check it if you really want me to. Instead of G3, it was Knight G5 crushing. Yeah, I mean, I saw this move, but I have a very easy idea of playing this one and then here. But I was worried about, okay, let's concentrate on the next game anyway. Got the black pieces. It'd be nice to get a Dutch now. It probably was crushing, but there was a lot of moves that were crushing there. More than one crushing move. Okay, so let's see if we can get a good Dutch now on the board. And I would like it. Can we play here? Why not? Now D4 is interesting. But then maybe I can play here and just try to play D5. Because my opponent can't challenge my pawn. So here, very logical move. D5 he takes. So something like C6 seems also very logical. But I do allow this move now, which maybe I should have thought about a little bit more. But okay. My dart squares look very nice, but I maybe can't control this pawn. So this, my opponent puts the knight there. Or do I put the bishop on the long diagonal here? Do I play B5? Let's try B5. This might be the most interesting move. Trying to stop the normal easy development. And I have to develop my pieces. So here. Yeah, maybe could have done this better, couldn't I? Okay, but we have this nice dart square bishop, which is something. Quite an interesting position. If I can get my king safe, then I will be certainly happy. My opponent's going to castle queenside, so that's intriguing. So let's get ready for a bit of a battle, a tactical battle, with B4 now becoming a possible move. So a nice move there. My opponent is going for complications, and B4 doesn't achieve anything, does it? Okay, that's a good move. Yeah, here maybe playable. Should we try it? Then bishop takes. Yeah, it's a good move. That has caused me a bit of a dilemma in the position. Bit of a dilemma. How do we play this now, guys? I want to take here with a bishop, but I can't. And this move is go here, just takes here. My position is kind of creaking a little bit then. And then D6, then takes. No, I don't like it. I don't like it. Do we castle and be really brave? Okay, let's do this. Don't know about this one. And my king is going to be very exposed, but at least I have a little idea. And time's against me. Should have got a very good opening, but bishop takes. Maybe I just take there. Yeah, that's fine. Knight takes. I was going to take here, but then knight g3, queen e5. Knight g3 straight away, queen e5. I guess I should play, and it's quite a complex situation. I mean, I'm relying on the strength of my dart squares, but there's some very shady looking stuff going on here as well. For example, if this pawn drops, I'm in trouble. So maybe just the knight comes back, but I can play d4 as one idea. I mean, maybe bishop here is possible, but yeah, because at d4 everything gets exchanged and there's a check. That's the problem. Okay. Okie doke. Now, bishop b7. That's a little bit annoying, this the way it's gone. This is because d4, queen takes d4. Do I have a good move there? Queen takes, pawn takes. I don't know. I feel like it should be right for me still there. Okay, let's do it. I think we have to go for this, whether it's good or bad. Knight c7 was possible. I played a little bit loose on the queen side in this game. A little bit loose, but okay, we'll go for this. I do have the g7 square, but it's just a weird position. My opponent can castle this one as well. Okay, but now this looks a little bit peculiar, no? It's going to castle next move. Should I be playing something? Okay, I've got to play a move. What am I doing? I'm so slow. So slow, Simon. Oh, you're so slow and you're still not moving because you can't think of a move. Okay, this is not right. Okay. Obviously, I can't really think here. And I say that and I start thinking, I've got to take that one, surely. Yeah, it's not good, is it? This is not good. Yeah, a little bit outclassed in this game with my speed was just not up to scratch. It was kind of interesting at stages, yeah. But now I'm losing completely at the end here, so it makes no difference there. Okay, now I've got a little bit of trouble there. That was a quite annoying game. I mean, for example, my opening must have been pretty good around this part, and I started trying to do things too cleverly. So b5 I don't like. Bishop a3 is a nice move. Put the bishop on a3. That's a really nice move. Oh my god, so I could have played this. Bishop to a3. That would have been a very, very nice move. Definitely. Okay, b5 was... Let's keep having a look. It might not be the end of the world because it makes some logic. But okay, a3. Now I need to get my pieces out, it seems. So knight here. Knight e2. And yeah, I just don't like this plan. I should be getting my king safe. But let's see if there's any chances later on here. And now a very good move from my opponent coming up. This g4 move soon. Rook b8, far too slow. I mean, I can of course play g4, but I'm just don't like that move because I give away the f4 square. It's not a very nice move to play for a human. And I think it was probably all bad from this moment onwards. Actually, was it? I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure. Let's see, because it did get murky around here, right? This was the move I was worried about. Okay, d4. So I'm not that much worse, but I've just tanked too much time here to survive this one. So we go here, we get a mass exchange. I mean, it's not terrible. I'm not saying it's great either, because what are these guys doing? And this is where I just did not have enough time. I played g4, but g4 is not a good move. I wanted to play b4, the computer's top choice, but I thought after takes, knight takes, my opponent would castle. That's what scared me. Let's have a look at that. So I wanted to do this, threatening this one, but I thought my opponent would castle, and I didn't like this position. But I can actually now take here with some idea of coming in. And this would have kept the game pretty even, actually. Pretty even. And g4, okay, still not terrible. Taking here, risky. And my opponent now came in. He played it very quickly, okay, here. And I've got it. I mean, it's such a complicated position for me with 25 seconds. I moved to c5, and that allowed this very strong move. It starts to get bad again now. I couldn't think what to do, where to move my king, because I was scared about knight takes g4, and it was tough. Yeah, it was tough at this moment. So I probably missed around here. Well, first of all, after bishop g5, I don't need to play c6. I could, as the computer says, just do my own pin, and that would just be a very sensible way to go. It was kind of wrong. It was kind of wrong to sort of enter into complications, because this doesn't really work with a pawn on c2. It just doesn't really work. The bishop's not good. And if I can ever just play d5, I'm just going to have a very pleasant center, and my opponent can't attack it with like the c pawn. So if I play bishop b4, I'm really just threatening to go d5 and c6. And this is just a nice, sensible way to develop, double some pawns. So this was the way to play. c6 is too much. If I can play d5, again, I'm doing fantastic. But my opponent, being a good player, realizes that and plays d5 himself. And I was looking at these dart squares. And maybe, the only other key line was here. Bishop a3. If I'd have played that, that would have been kind of a hero move in a lot of states. But he can play this still. It's not the end of the world for him. And after this, take here. This is a mess, right? I quite like my position, but I do have some rather sad guys asleep over on the queen side there. Over on the queen side. So okay. So we're on 2 out of 3. I mean, my opponent played very well in that game. I mean, I gotta, I think, just play a bit more natural and quicker with the next ones. Played 2 tough guys, so it's not the end of the world. At the end there, I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm probably doing okay. I mean, someone mentioned in this position I can play knight c7. I mean, here it's probably all right for me, but I just need more time on the clock for me. Knight c7 is a much more stable square for the knight, and I'm just trying to bring the knight to e6. Okay, but we're on to the next game. So if we win this, we're on 3 out of 4. So this is quite a big game, and 3 out of 4 is a very decent start to Title Tuesday. So let's see if we can get something good going. Okay, I'm going to play Trompowsky. Just play something a little bit different, and I love playing this h4 move. It's a lot of fun. And I quite like this variation because you often lose a pawn. Here we go, I'm going to lose a pawn. But you get, I feel, very good compensation for that pawn. As in, well, we'll see if we get good compensation. I might just be talking rubbish. Now, I think g6 is a move. Am I going crazy? Or am I think this is a move. I did do a course on the Trompowsky for Ginger GM. And actually, you can buy it from the Ginger GM shop. It's on sale. It's under £20 if you want to learn this opening, and it's just me and some very good analysis from Richard Palliser, and you get all the videos as well. And I think the point is this becomes, is this right? This becomes an idea, but maybe knight b4 is playable because I takes check takes here. So actually, what have I done wrong here? This is not what I wanted. And go bishop e4, but I didn't really want this, I have to say. Okay, let's concentrate. I'm drifting, trying to sell stuff. That's a little bit silly. Let's not try to sell anything. Do we kick that knight back? Do we want to attack that queen? Very complex position here. Okay, let's kick that knight away. Knight's a 9. And I want to get my knight to where my bishop is, but this piece needs developing, so let's just move it into f4. I know I'm 2 pawns down, but my opponent is discombobulated over here. So my idea is to come into this square with my knight. Okay, now bishop here is going to come, but then I get the e6 square for my knight. If the bishops are exchanged, bishop f5, I can take and I can come into e6 at some moment. And I'm playing against these pawns here. Okay, now I do have a check, forcing my opponent to move, or I do have knight here as well, and then I take on h7. I have a lot of tempting moves. I don't want to check 'cause my rook's on pre, so let's go here. I say this very cautiously because, again, I'm running into this move at the wrong moment, aren't I? Bishop f5, yeah. This is a... And I can't go here because of my rook. It's a little bit annoying. I don't want my opponent to castle queenside, so is there not anything I can do to stop this kind of move? I shouldn't have grabbed this pawn over here. This is actually a greedy pawn for me to grab because I really don't want to end up taking that awful piece there. That'd be okay. Let's think about this. Come on. If I go rook here, rook here takes. I have to give this piece up. I can't see. I'm gonna have to take this, aren't I? This is rather shameful. If I come in, he will castle. So I'm gonna have to take here. Rook takes. It's annoying the way this has gone. I must have had a fantastic position. Get annoyed with my play sometimes because I really just don't want to take this, but I have to, right? And now my rook's on pre as well. So that's not what I wanted. Okay, it's all right. Let's keep fighting. So I've got to watch out for f2. But my opponent is going to escape over here and get out of all troubles. Now, if he moves his king, how do I deal with that? How do I deal with this threat? Must have had something much stronger than this. Okay, so I've got to come back to e2. He can't take my rook now, so that's one good thing. Now, this check achieve anything? I don't think so. So let's keep just using my pieces, and I've got to move quicker. Most importantly, got to move quicker. e4, e5, that's on the agenda. Let's try that one. If he castles, I take on e7, maybe a bit of play. Okay, let's push through then. Let's do this. Okay, I have to try and come through. Now, castling looks quite good for him, actually. This could really backfire my position. Yeah. Okay, he's done this. So we'll come in. And now he's decided to castle. Okay, not really much time to think here. This is the move that is a very big concern, unfortunately. Oh dear, it's happened again. I mean, happened again. Shit, none of the tactics work. Fuck. Horrible position. What have I done? What have I done? My position is really creaking. Just take on... Can't he just take this? And he does. I don't see a good response at all. Just take another pawn. Yeah. I'm a lot of pawns down here. Yeah, I was in a good shape in the tournament as well until I started. Oh god. Okay. He keeps the queens on. Probably a very wise idea because my position is so ropey. My king is the one that's found itself in some problems here. It's alright, I've got loads of time. Not. What do I do here, guys? What do I do? Oh, too slow. You're too slow. Let's check. Okay. Oh, that was a very annoying game. So what did I do wrong in the opening? It looked like I had a very good opening. But again, I calculated this very badly. So, okay, this still seems alright. Bishop d3 looks normal. Is there something better here maybe? I should go rook b1, but okay, we went here. This is all okay. Queen here. we kick that knight away, and I'm not sure about knight e2. Knight e2 is kind of wrong. Maybe I should be doing something else, but okay. And this is where I go the wrong way without a shadow of doubt. So knight g6. Well, knight g6. Yeah, it's actually a better position for black already. So this is quite surprising, you know. So it's weird. I think I had to play rook b1 before I moved my bishop to d3 in the opening. So around about here, I should just go rook b1. It doesn't matter that I lose another pawn. That's clearly not important there. And yeah, you can see the computer is changing it. I'm going to get a very big initiative. So okay, so rook there was best, but knight e2, d6, and this just seemed all wrong because my pieces became so bad. I might be able to go into this position. E6. That's probably a better way to play, yeah, because I've got a, yeah, this is a much better move. Actually here, I don't know why the computer thinks black's better, because this kind of position looks like I should have a good initiative. That knight is so strong. The point is, if my opponent ever takes it, my bishop becomes really good. This is actually winning for me. So yeah, why didn't I go knight e6? This move is totally the wrong way. Okay, so this is where I missed an opportunity. You can't see the computer. Sorry. Okay, it doesn't matter. So we got to this point. The computer sort of thinks it's all okay. And you can see it's a little bit better for black. But it's maybe not really understanding how much compensation I have. But the key thing is here. Yeah, we just got to come into e6. If we come into e6, then we're doing all right. This one, I don't know if I've got any chances after that. Let's quickly put it on a game review, shall we? Probably not many chances. My opponent, be fair, played pretty well. Look at that. Goes down, down, and down. There were some chances around here, here, and then I did have some chances off the bishop f5. So what did I miss here? Could I have just gone queen h5 somehow? Maybe I could go queen h5 and after bishop. Yeah, why didn't I go queen h5 here? I thought he could castle. That's why I didn't play it. Okay, well it says I did a right move. Bishop takes f5. Okay, and then after this move, I have a strong move. So what is my move? And if queen h5 here, he castles, no? Don't see why that's a good move. I go bishop. Okay, yeah, all right. I know that's a good move. But what do I play here? Just show me the moves. Queen h5 here. No, don't do it like that. That's annoying. Hang on a minute. Stop going so fast. Okay, but I was worried. If I played queen h5 here, I was worried he'd just castle. So why can't he castle here, just with a very nice position? Obviously, I want to play queen h5 because we want to stop him castling. But it looked to me that he just castles his king. And what do I play here? I don't understand. What do I have here? I'm like material down. His king's got quite safe. I mean, knight to h8 doesn't achieve anything, yeah? I mean, I don't think that's going anywhere, right? I mean, where's that knight going? You reckon knight h8? Maybe. Let's put it on this computer. This computer's better than the analysis thing. So, okay, we'll just find out. So here, queen h5, castles. And it reckons I'm better here if I queen h3 and swap queens. Wow. Look at that. The computer wants me. This is impossible for a human to find, right? Unless you've got a lot of time. The computer wants me to swap queens because then my opponent's bishop and rook will be dead. But finding queen h3, that is such a hard move to find. He also thinks I can castle queenside. What is up with this? This is weird. I mean, I don't like knight f3. Let's see. If I go knight f3, which a lot of people are suggesting. Yeah, this is quite scary. Now he has queen c2, but this is quite amazing that queen h3 is actually actually possible. And then if he goes g4, I come back and I insist on swapping queens, or I win. And if and this position, look at this. This is wild. You can't move these guys ever. That's really quite a serious advantage, isn't it? And I'm only 1 pawn down. Yeah. All right. Well, complicated game, but I actually think my opponent played pretty well there after the opening. But the best way to do this, and it was I did an automatic move in this position. This g6 is quite an interesting double sat because you always have this possibility. But if I ever get this again, the idea of e3 is the bishop comes here. I know the computer's not on a very high level because when I've analysed this with a stronger computer than Stockfish 11, it gives white having a very nice advantage. But my big mistake, I feel, was after knight a6, I just assumed this was going to be good. But I forgot that when I take here, my opponent has a nice counter-attack, which is he can give up his rook. And now he can play knight takes c2 and he can take my rook. So that's what I missed. So the way to play this is to play rook b1 first. And this kind of stops a lot of that nonsense in the game. Now if he does do the same thing here, well, I don't have a bishop in the way now. So at some point I can put a knight onto this square. Maybe not now, but later on. And this means my pieces are working a lot more fluidly and a lot better. So that's what I needed to do really there. So it's been a bit of an up and down Title Tuesday so far. 2 out of 4. Last round disappointing. We need to do well in the next rounds to have a good one. Beard Oha, how am I doing? I'm doing alright, not too bad. Trying to play some blitz. Sometimes it works and sometimes it fails miserably. I'm probably better playing slow positional chess than attacking chess. I'm just too tactically inept nowadays at this time limit. Get too carried away. And yeah, I mean, just to remind you, I should have said this earlier, but we're running I mean, what I like to do, I like to spend a bit more time doing some probably YouTube stuff. And I've said this before, rather than, well, twitching as well. But I've got some ideas for some quite crazy YouTube videos. But in order to do that, I mean, I need to make sure I have some income. And I think YouTube brings me in, I don't know, a couple £100 a month. So it's not great at the moment. So, well, thank you, Revald, for buying my course, Art of Attacking Chess. That's really good. What would really help me if you want to support is to go to Ginger GM and have a look at the shop there. We are doing a sale. Pretty much everything is 50% off. So if you go to Ginger GM, Ginger Grandmaster GM.com, and if you go to this, well, you can't see it, can you? If you go to browse our courses, you press this thing. You can see that there's loads of good courses here. They're video courses with PGNs. And they're all on 50% off, not for much longer. Have a look, see if there's anything you like. There's quite a lot of opening stuff. There's, you know, if you want to learn D4, it's not just me. We have Niels Grandilius has done a course that he's just won the Reykjavik Open. Gwaine Jones. I mean, this course by Gwaine Jones, which is 4.5 hours long. It's how much is this? I mean, compared to why can't I see the price? Because I've already brought it. I think it's only like £10. Oh, I got a game. Okay, so that is a good way to go and have a look, see if there's anything you like while there's a sale on, and but purchase a video course with analysis, which you can play on your phone, you can play anywhere, and that would be pretty cool. Anyway, we got another game, and we've got an exciting dragon, or Dragodorf. I call this the Dragodorf. This is a modern way of playing this opening. We hold up white's kingside attack. We don't play b5 too soon, because white might play a4, which can be a problem. Now, this move is very playable, but now my opponent probably is not going to castle queenside, so we don't have to worry about that variation as much. So I'm going to try and play the normal break in the dragon, which is this d5 idea. I'd probably rather my pawn was back on h7. Can you believe I just said that? I love pushing Harry, but we can't have everything. Where do we put this knight? Because he's clearly going to go f4. Where does this one go? I guess we come back here. Looks alright. I'm a little bit annoyed he didn't castle queenside, because that would have been a much more interesting game. Well, look at that. Pav la kick. What a bargain. Gwaine Jones, who's one of the top players around, and his Grand Prix DVD is a great DVD. It's only £15. Wow. Do I have any courses on positional play? I have the master method. I'll show you after this game. We'll have a little look, because it does help me. But let's try to concentrate here. Okay, so he's doing a positional sacrifice. Probably a very clever idea. He wants to come here and come in. Very clever idea, actually. I don't really want to take that pawn. Okay, I'm going to try to play around this. I think I have to play f6 to open up my other bishop in this kind of structure. I didn't want to take there because he's going to go knight a4. That was a very clever idea. I mean, now I will take here because I will take on c2, but he wants to come into these squares. Okay, need to get this knight out at some point. And I think I have to play f6, but I do have a lot of holes over here on my queen side. Maybe he could have taken their last move, but then my rook gets a little bit active. But his a pawn is very dangerous, so that was something he could have considered. Is my knight coming to b5? That's something else I got. But f6, I think I want to get rid of this pawn. This pawn is annoying me in the middle of the board. Yeah, the master method courses are probably the best bet if you want to learn some positional play. Master method course number 1, which is 15 hours of me talking about some positional ways to improve your positional chess in general, really. Spent a lot of time working on that master method course, but I'll show you after the game. Okay, now do we have an opportunity to flick this move in now? Maybe, but do we want to flick that move in? Okay, let's try. Is that good or bad, that move to play? Okay, so we managed to get that move in. Has that helped us at all? We made this pawn weak, but f6 takes here. Okay, let's try this. I say try, I'm not entirely sure if I'm trying the right thing here. But we got to open up that bishop, and we've got to get rid of this pawn. This pawn's too strong. Could have played maybe some move like knight e6, but yeah, my king's also a bit scary. Okay, how is this then? How is this position? I'm hoping I'm going to win a pawn back because his pawn is weak, but it's not entirely clear that that's going to happen at the moment. Because if okay, well maybe he could have done something else. This does threaten mate, but it seems more of a... He just moves the queen, right? This seems like a better square in the long run. I mean, knight there, his queen can come over, so it was a bit more of a tricky move than a good move. But this square is a very nice square for my knight, because it will remain there. Maybe knight f4 was a good move. Maybe it was a good move. I'm not sure. But yeah, okay, I thought he'd play this move, as it's a good move. Okay, we'll come in here anyway. I mean, the bastard's managed to hang on to his extra pawn, hasn't he? I can't get a rook here either, so yikes, yikes, yikes. Bugger. Okay. Yeah, thought that might be coming as well. This is not nice, actually. Should I be trying to get my bishop in like this? Okay, he's coming in rook d7. Under a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure here. He's coming in with the other rook. I can't take that one. I'll get destroyed. I need to try and generate some attack here. How do I get my rook in? I can't see. Trying to generate some kind of attack. Check. Oh, he can block it. Fuck a duck. What is this? What the hell is this? What the hell is this position? What is this? What is this? How have I managed to be material up at the end of this? It's just nonsense. How... Well, okay, I say that and I'm about to lose my rook. What is this? Oh, God. Just gain a bit of time. Don't lose your rook. You need to try and win a pawn in order to win this, right? So slow I am. Can I take that one? Is that winning? Yeah. It's winning. Yeah, I've got enough time, my friend. I've got enough time. I've got enough time here. You ain't gonna do me. You ain't gonna go and do me like this. You ain't going down like that. Ain't going down like that. Boom! And he's gonna fight on until the bitter end. Oh, that got a little bit intense at the end, didn't it? That got a little bit intense at the end. So I missed the chat there. Did I see JB in the chat? My friend. Hi, hello mate, if you're there, JB. Good to see you. Hope you're doing all right. Did I see you? I think so. Maybe not. Maybe I'm imagining things. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. That was a really weird position. I mean, it looked like he was completely winning, which he probably was at some point. But yeah, hello DJ Nutty. How you doing, mate? Are you all right? Hope you're doing all right. It'd be nice to catch up next week. Actually, this week's just a bit mental. Catching up, but next week I should have a bit more time, so that'd be good. It'd be good to catch up. It's been a long time, so I hope so. Mr. DJ Nutty, hope you're doing all right. So let's go back where it was getting completely mental. So I kind of realised around here that I'm in a lot of trouble unless we can somehow get to his king, but I can't get my rooks in the game. Happy Friday birthday to you, Jess. Oh, we got another game straight away. Unbelievable. Okay. How many points am I on? 3 out of what? How many rounds have we had? I don't even know. This is round 6. So if we get to 4 out of 6, we're doing all right. We're doing all right. Okay, we got a French. Now, I had this in Iceland. And the line I had prepared in Iceland was this advanced French. Yeah, it'd be good to meet up next week. That'd be cool. And this idea where you give this pawn up, but you don't take back the Milner barrier, you just castle. And I was going to show you that one of my courses, wasn't I? Remind me to try and show you that afterwards. But this line, I think, this is one of the reasons I'm not playing the French defence as black. It's a really tricky little line. And even knight g5 here might be good. But it's just the king side is very hard to develop. And okay, let's just make sure we don't lose f2. And I'm going to go rook b1. I'm going to try to open things up more with this move. But the dark squares are looking quite tempting if I grab that piece as well. So do we go rook b1 first? Well, let's go rook b1, gain a tempo. And now let's try and take this one. I don't know. I mean, it looks like good conversation. If my opponent castles, I might have the Greek gift. So knight d4 takes. I've got bishop. Okay, bishop a3. Then is my opponent going to castle? h4. Okay, okay. Let's play this. Let's play a natural attacking moves here. Natural attacking moves. You got a reverse hippo the other day, JB. Yeah, I mean the hippo's quite an annoying opening, isn't it? To be honest. All right, now we've got to stop my opponent castling. So this is a very nice move to play. It's not easy to play against hippo. I'll show you what to do. It's not a very good opening, the hippo either, I think. I've unfortunately come to the conclusion that as much as I like the hippo, I don't like the hippo, if you get my drift. Okay, which one? This knight in? And I'm only a pawn down, but at the moment my opponent can't castle. I have ideas of coming this way, and I have ideas of using this. Now, do I take with the pawn? I think I take with the pawn, because I want to stop this one, and I open up queen b5. This seems really risky. And I'm probably winning here somehow. I mean, I've got takes and coming in this way, but is there something better? Check, bishop here, takes on f2, check, king here, bishop takes here. And I've got e6. That looks really strong, but maybe we keep it simple and we just get rid of that bishop and come here, because as long as my opponent can't castle, he can castle queenside if he wants. That would be a very amusing move. It's got to be a monstrous attack here. Bishop d7. Can we go e6? This is a bit like my round 2 game, if you remember from Reykjavik, where my bishop just destroyed him. It just cut him up and he couldn't castle. This is one hell of a bishop. Now, if he goes bishop d7, can I also take that bishop? I have to do a bit of calculation. Takes, check. If he goes to e6, queen c6 is checkmate. If he goes to this square here, he might be holding on. I do have queen here, or maybe just a move like rook to this square. No, okay, so let's have a look. Bishop d7, takes, check, king here, queen c6, attacking his rook. If rook here, queen check, king e8, queen e7. So if bishop d7, again, I'm going to take, king takes, check, king d8 looks best, queen c6. If rook here, I'm going to play rook to c1. So he hasn't done that, but now can't I just come in here? Isn't this just very simple now? I've always got my rook coming to this square, but bishop here is going to lead to checkmate even quicker, because my queen is going to slip into c6 there. So that was, yeah, a bit terminal for the poor lad. Or we could just slide the rook in, get the last piece into the game. Whoa. Which one should we do? I think we'll go for checkmate in one move, shall we? Why not? Checkmate in one move should be played. I'm going to have a sip of my orange squash after that. So, I told you, it's a dangerous opening, that, right? Bloody dangerous opening. It really is. And I know, because I played a French defence, and this line, 26 moves there. 23 moves. It's like a really dangerous line to play against the French defence. If you want to learn that, there is, if you want to learn it for free, go to Chessable, look at my Grandmaster Gambits Part 1, and there's a short and sweet which mentions this line. Or you can buy the course and help me out. Now, before we move on to the next round, I was mentioning about some courses I had. So if you want to help support me, then go and check out the link I'll post in. Everything is on sale, so it's 50% off. And someone was asking about a positional course. So you can get the whole Ginger Gem collections here, and this has over 100 hours. Like if you go here at the moment, it's £45 for a download. You get a 30-day money back guarantee with everything, and look at all the stuff you get there. Look at all the products you get. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good deal. Why are we doing it so cheap? That's crazy. We're doing it too cheap. So that's a really good deal. You get all of these courses. That's enough to keep you busy for a long time. Just make sure the next game hasn't started. But someone was asking about a positional course, and I think the positional course that I would recommend, if you go down, there's a lot of stuff there. Play Like Tower is actually quite a fun course. Secrets of Positional Sacrifice with Van Sokolov. He's a great player. Is interesting. Accelerate Your Chess is a very good course. That one is quite a positional one. 15 hours. But I'm just trying to see it. I have to. I don't know. I don't even know where it is on my own course now. To make sure we haven't started. Well, you can go and have a look. I mean, there's some free. I mean, David Howe's only done one course for us, but that one is 16 hours with David Howe, and he basically talks about how he became a Grandmaster 2700 player, and you can look at some of the videos for free as well. So if you just click on the page, you can click on the video, see if you like it, and like I say, it is a 30-day money back guarantee. So if you don't like it, just give us an email, and we will try to refund when we see the email and we get around to it. So yeah. Where can you get the updated Jabava Londons? Well, that's coming out soon. I keep saying it's coming out, but obviously after playing in Reykjavik, it's taken a bit. I realised. I mean, we've already done a very good course, but I'm again probably a bit of a perfectionist, so I've wanted to expand that course out. So we might do a little bit more filming before we release it. So it'll probably be a couple of weeks yet. Couple of weeks. Pork up a giblet. Are you rustic? I don't even know what that word means, mate. So let's have a look. I'm gonna have to Google this now. Do you mean autistic? I don't think I'm autistic, but who knows, We're going to end up playing. Oh, hello, Tom. How you doing? You all right? Oh, showing a disinterested and selfish concern for the well-being of others. Unselfish. All right, I'm learning a new word. I can't believe I didn't know this word. That's really bad of me. Altruism principle, moral principle, concern for the welfare and happiness of other human beings, or I mean, do I care about other things? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, hello Tom, how you doing? In the chat, Thomas Rendell, international master, very good blitz player, crushed me many a time. He's on 4 out of 6 as well. So yeah, well I hope I don't play you, Tom, because I don't like playing you online. You always seem to destroy me. So I don't want to play you. Thank you very much. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't like to. I'm probably whatever that word is that you mentioned when I'm playing chess. I like giving material away. So let's put it that way. I don't mind playing you, Tom, if we get the advanced French. I'm on white. That would be okay. I'll be very happy if I can just repeat this game, please. I'll be most happy. Thank you for any cheer outs that are coming, by the way. Is that Tom who's at the crypt? It is DJ. It is JB. Yeah. It is. Tom's at the crypt crushing everyone. And did you say last night? Oh, you beat Gary, did you? Oh, nice, JB. Where did you play Gary? Down at the Naval Club. Was that right? I haven't been down there for a while. I haven't. Noted. I'll get preparing for the advance. Well, Tom, you've got probably about a couple of minutes to prepare for the advance now. If we play, I'm training for King's Head Memorial Blitz. I'm looking forward to that one. That's going to be a great event, Tom. Yeah, that is that is a really fun blitz tournament in a pub, which is the best place to be, isn't it? Okay, anyway, back to the game. So what should we do? Okay, we're on a decent score. I'm not playing Tom, which is good because okay, I'm going to go back to D4. Or should I play E4? Let's play E4. You know, we've played too many, and now what do I do against this? Let's go for the Rendell variation, as Rendell was just here. I call it the Rendell variation. It's not really the Rendell variation. This is something that I basically, I don't know if I wouldn't say I invented it because I didn't, but me, Luke McShane, Mickey Adams, and some other players, Stuart Conquest, were looking at this variation. And I'm just trying to remember my stuff while I think. We're looking at this variation. Do I go d4 here? I've got to get this right because I could get maybe. We're looking. Oh no, maybe bishop e3. We were looking at this variation. Oh God, I've got to concentrate. Sorry, let me not talk anymore. Okay, bishop d3 playable here. We're looking at this variation about 20 years ago when the only times I played for England in the European team championships, and we started playing there. And Luke won a very nice game where he defeated Cheparinov in it. So, but I can't remember. There's a course. Obviously, I've done courses on everything. 2009. Yeah, this move was kind of worrying me a little bit. Now castles. Can I give this pawn up with some compensation? Probably not. But okay, we'll take this one off and have to play g3. Now his queen can come in, but I have this weird bishop f1 move. And I'm just trying to get my center a bit shored up. I'm probably gonna have to give a pawn somewhere, aren't I? Okay, let's play here because the queen will probably come back round this way, and it has. And I want to play knight d2 now, but he takes here. Is that any compensation? And he's threatening this pawn. So it's a bit annoying that he's threatening c3 as well. What else do I do? This doesn't really look very inspiring, but might be alright. Do we play this? Okay, we'll go for the safe option for a change. Because I do have a very nice centre. Okay, now he's threatening this one, of course. So it makes sense to... I'm trying to exchange queens because I'm assuming my centre might give me a nibble of an advantage in an ending. And his queen was very annoying. And I don't just want to lose pawns. I don't mind sacrificing pawns. But I don't want to lose pawns. There's a difference, right? And sometimes I blur the difference between sacrificing and losing. It's, yeah. Okay, he's gone back then. Okay, now... Is my queen safe? I'm not going to get trapped. He's going to go here and be nasty. Okay. What is happening in this position? Do I have to come here and all the way back? Then he... Oh, hang on. This is not... What's going on? Why didn't I take that pawn? Concentrate, Simon. Why didn't I just take the bloody pawn? Why am I doing this? This is ridiculous. I should have taken that pawn. And my queen's just done a very... What is my queen doing? It's just done stupid stuff. It would have made sense had I taken that pawn, but ridiculous. Okay, anyway. Now if c4, I think I'm going to grab there. And taking here. Is that alright? And the queen comes back. What's going on in this game? This game is just weird. And now he wants to come here again. If I go queen b3, then I've lost the tempo somehow on what was going on. It doesn't feel like I should have lost the tempo. It's a cruel game. Knight d2, takes, knight here. Don't like it. Do I have to play this again? This can't be right. I'm playing like an absolute idiot at the moment. And the queen comes here. No, this is not right. Okay, we'll come back, but then I lose these tempos again. Very strange game, yeah? Queen a3? Just give me a position I can play. I don't like this moving about that we are. Should have done this. I should have done this when the bishop's on c8. Allowing my opponent to put the bishop on that square for free hasn't worked out well. I mean, taking there looks so risky. Rook b8, and I can't see a good move. So I couldn't see anything else except for queen a3, and obviously now I'm going to take on c5 if the queen runs away. If queen takes queen, then okay, my center is at least intact. Had I gone queen b5 again, things start to go a bit bad. And at least I have the center, right? At least I have my center now, so I can play quite quickly. I say that, and I play a slow move. Can I just take this pawn? Should I take this pawn? I don't know. You've confused me with that last move. Oh, I don't know. Maybe not. Okay, he's coming for me. And I feel like I should be all right here. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, maybe not anymore. Maybe not the way I played this. This is okay. I'm playing too slow as well. Bad play by me. Okay, how do I want this? Don't know if it's playable or not. Move, move! Jesus, Simon, you're so slow. Ridiculously slow. My position's gone pear-shaped as well. Fuck a duck. Fuck a duck. Oh, Simon. Not a very good game there. Not a very good game. Okay, well, that was not a good game from me. Didn't really ever get a nice position, did I? Let's have a look. I mean, it was all right, but Bishop d3 I don't like. I should just play, maybe just play, okay, g4 straight away. Oh, I don't like that either. Can't remember this line. Can't remember what I'm supposed to do. Okay, so the queen comes back, and I want to keep this position. Bishop e3 seems normal enough. Queen b6. Queen b3. At some point my opponent played c4 anyway. We danced around a bit. And my position seemed a little bit worse here. It just seemed a little bit worse at this moment in time, because these pawns are coming quickly and my opponent has all this play on the queen side. I'm never really doing anything with f5, so I don't think I ever had a great position there. And the problem after b5 is, well, I don't know. I didn't have time. I should, without a shadow of doubt, not play so passively. But rook b8 was scary. Obviously, the computer's now saying this is okay. And the point being, I've only just seen that I could take on a6, and that's actually quite a simple tactic. For example, I go a4, and I saw this position. I just thought a6, but I forgot that my knight can come and take that pawn, which is completely different. So b5 for my opponent is probably a mistake. Moved too quickly here. Should have spent a little bit more time. Coming back, not good. And after b4, it's just a very difficult position to play this one. Do I play the Farujovic? I don't know how to pronounce it. JB. I do play it online a bit, but I never play it in a tournament because it is a bit dubious. So I'll play it at shorter time limits. But I won't play it at longer time limits because I don't believe it's a very good opening, I'm afraid, DJ Nutty. Unfortunately, it's not very good at longer time limits, but good at shorter. So I'll play it in blitz. By the way, how many rounds? I'm on what? What score are we on now? We are on 4 out of 7. So 4 rounds to go. So we can get 8 points. So we need to win every game. Let's go for that. Sell the Stream says, do you think Ajamata did a good analysis of your game? Yeah, it was very nice. Ajamata doing analysis of my game was really, really nice to see that. And Hikaru even analysed my game, which was nice. So thanks to both of them. Hikaru did a nice analysis as well. Charles Hamilton saying we're going to see a Black Lion game. Well, I'll play it in the next game if you'd like me to. Regretting now my opening choices in life. That's always the way, isn't it? After it happens, we regret. Hello to Northern Sweden, to Kent. Hope you're doing all right over in Northern Sweden. Are you the guy who made this funky YouTube video? That was Kent from Sweden, wasn't it? That was pretty cool. At the moment, I'm working on a Reti course. I'm actually just wondering now where on my website my master method courses are. I don't know if they've come down or not. So let's have a look. Because if I was going to buy a course, I probably wouldn't buy an opening course, even though they're very good. I would either go for Accelerate Your Chess. You can see it's got pretty damn good reviews there. I mean, it's 15 hours long, but it's on how much is it at the moment? Okay, I think it's 50 quid or something. But I'd go for that course, or one of the Master Method courses. But I'm not sure if they're still up, the Master Method courses. So gonna have to check that. Anyway, let's wait for the next game, and we're in. Okay, so you wanted a Black Line. Yeah, I mean the Master Method courses should be on the website. So I should have checked that earlier. So we're going to do the Black Line just for you, Charles. You better subscribe to the channel now, Charles, after you see a Black Line, right? You're going to, okay, well, it's a bit of a weird Black Line because my opponent's put the bishop on g5 here. And I'm going to still try to play this g5 idea, but there's probably other ways to play this position. Castling is probably best now. I'm just wondering if I can go here, because that's a nice way to exchange. Takes, knight takes here, though. And then my bishop's under pre. So let's play h6, see where that guy will go. If he goes back... Can I even play knight takes e4? I've only just seen this possibility. No, knight takes e4 is good. I'm going to castle this way because with the bishop here, things have changed somewhat. So let's do this. And now I'm going to get rid of these dark square bishops, or try to get rid of them. So the Black Line's normally where you play g5, but it's not always, in my experience, a good way to play. Sometimes you have to avoid this g5 move, especially when they don't play h3. That's my understanding of it. You can still try to do some attacking things on the king side, which we're going to try now. Take with a queen or take with a pawn? Well, let's take with a pawn just to give it here. And what I'm thinking about doing here is just trying to get a rook over to this one. Now, do I want to... I think I want to keep my knight on the board. My knight's actually going to be quite a good attacking piece, especially if I can get it like up to f4 later on. Someone asking me about the World Championship match. And I'm not doing any commentary on it, actually. I have been following it a bit. I found it quite interesting. I didn't think I would find it interesting, I'll be honest, the World Championship match, because I was like, okay, Magnus Carlsen is not playing, so like, you know, World Championship match without the best player in the world, it just seems a little bit odd to me. So that's kind of like my first thoughts. But now I'm getting into it. I'm getting into the World Championship match now. And I think it's clear that Ding is not really with it, right, at the moment. And I actually feel quite bad for Ding at the moment because he's just not right, is he? He looks like... The first thing that kind of amazed me a little bit was that he's only got Richard Report with him and 2 older people, maybe his parents, and like Nepo's probably got a team of like 30 people, FSB agents. He's probably got the whole lot, right? He's got the whole kabang, and it just seems like he's really outnumbered there, and he needs the support. Ding does. So that is okay. This knight's doing absolutely nothing. I think I need to get it to e6 or something. So how am I going to get it there, guys? Okay, this is a really funny maneuver. So I feel like Ding needs to, I feel it was a kind of strange decision that he didn't get more people on his team. But I mean, from his point of view, it's clear that he's not really with it, and I really hope that he can bounce back and just play the chess that he's famous for playing, because he's a fantastic player, and you can see that the nerves are just too much. And I can totally understand that. It's really, chess is a horribly nerve-wracking game, and it takes a lot of stamina to play at top level. So I hope he can sort of turn it around basically and start playing just good chess. I just want to see him play good chess. Now, hang on a minute. I'm trying to work out what's happening in this position, and he's kind of blocked everything up on the king side. So maybe we can try to open up a b file. He's blocked my knight from coming here. Okay, let's open up this b file. If he captures, if he doesn't, I've made a bit of an advance over here as well. But how do I get my knight to a good square? I don't like having bad pieces on bad squares. Okay, but we don't need to worry about that maybe at the moment. Rook's more important, so we'll try to give them more oomph at this moment in time. Now I can't take there. Okay, if I go there, he's going to take that pawn. So do we play f6? F6 seems a little bit weird, but I do need to defend that pawn. I say weird because I just weakened my second rank, but it was a necessity. Now I'm threatening to take this pawn because my rook is defended. I can't let his rook come in. His knight is also not on a very good square. This is crafty, because this is what I'm saying about my weakness in my second rank. I take here, he comes in, and that's quite scary. But we're going to try and survive the nasty intrusion. If we can swap one pair of rooks off, maybe we're okay. But actually, okay, now he's hitting on the other side of the board. This is clever play, I think, from my opponent. But I've got to block this rook up. I've got to play rook b7 before he can attack me on this area of the board. Okay, so I've got to try and swap off one of these rooks so I can take control of the second rank. And I have managed to do that. That's great. So he's coming over here now. It looks scary still, especially when you have no time. So put my king on f7. Oh, come on, move quicker. Mouse, don't slip. Why is it slipping now? Stupid thing. Okay. Now I could get mated here, clearly. But fuck a duck. Fuck a duck. I say I could get mated. I am getting mated. Bollocks. Yeah, rook f4, yeah? I mean, my pawn is not that strong, is it? Well, we'll find out, yeah? Check. Here. What's this position? Weird. Okay, we won another game on time. I don't know what this position's like. This position must be losing for me. I guess he can play e5, but the point is, if he takes here, he's not checkmating me anymore. So I can now queen. And my queen has a lot of checks, so I'm probably worse, but it's not so bad. So it was a bit, I don't know, it got a bit dicey at the end there. I must have been winning, but he played very well on the king side, right? So how can I stop the... So you see around... No, you don't see anything because I haven't got the score. And you see around here, I'm just winning. But his attack, he played very craftily. He played really well when he got very short a time. So I took here, the rook came in. I've got to move my king. And now he played rook g4. That was the first dangerous move. And actually what I should do is just push the pawn. This g5 is a bit risky. But okay, king f7, not good because it allows his queen in. No, g5, just g5, make his rook look bad. I didn't expect this move. I expected queen h6. This move really threw me. I don't think I even realised he moved his rook there. I think in this position, I thought he'd play queen there because had I actually been looking at that area of the board, I was only looking at the other area of the board. I would have realised that g5 is just completely winning here. We just kill that rook. He's got to play f4 to try and get that in, and this must be too slow. Let's see. b3, and now he wants to open up the position, so I've got to keep this file closed. So we played this move, and if he takes here, we can play b2, and he doesn't have enough play here because his rook is blocked in. So that would have been a good way to do it. Well, I mean, saying that's why you don't mess with the bloody black line. Well, I don't know. I don't know if that was a very smooth encounter, but it was an encounter. It was an encounter. Queen g1 instead of knight takes c7. Yeah, I'm sure I'm losing at the end there. Right at the end, you mean? Okay, queen. Oh, queen. Yeah, queen g1 is clearly winning. Loz, you're right. Actually, there's a lot of winning. God, there's a lot of winning moves, Loz, and none of them are queen g1. Even though queen g1 is probably winning even more. So, yeah, I mean, this was just this move. It only worked because he's short of time, but hey ho, who knows? Okay, we got now. I think I don't even know how many points I'm on now. We're on 5, so we could get to 8 points, which would be fantastic in a title Tuesday if we win. If we win the next 3 games, and I don't know. I'm playing a little bit like this today. It's like a roller coaster. Hikaru's up there again, crushing everyone. And Thomas Rendell just beat Vincent Kamor. Brilliant, Thomas. Well done. Well done. Game review says 2400 versus 2100. I don't know how you get that game review where it works out your thing. I have to try that. Do you just do a game review? Is that what you do? Oh, this one. Let's see. I didn't. Is that a new feature? It tells you your ratings. This is going to be embarrassingly bad, but well done, Tom. That's a great victory. Nicely done. Where does it show your rating then? Around here. Where is there some other button I've got to do? Review. Start review. Do you do that? Lower. I go lower down. Where? Aha. Oh, this is quite an interesting feature. So, oh wow. So my opponent 2750. And I was 2600 there. That's quite interesting. Scroll down. Okay, I've never seen that. I have to remember to scroll down in future. Okay, that's quite interesting. Quite an interesting way to do it. I don't think I play like 2600. I'm pretty sure my opponent did not play like 2750. Does the game review work? I don't think so. No, I don't think it does. It can't. That can't be true, can it? That's got to be absolute. Balderdash or Boulderdash or whatever it is. Jay, hello Jay. Serious question. Does drawing arrows help your calculation? The answer is definitely not. 100% not. I could, if I wasn't commentating, it basically is what I'm thinking and working out in my mind. But drawing arrows goes a lot slower than what you're calculating in your mind. So you're trying to draw the arrows generally to make things a bit more accessible to you guys, so you guys can maybe follow things a little bit easier. So I mean, in some ways, drawing arrows, you can get a good I feel for kind of ideas, but basically drawing arrows is just an extension of your mind anyway, right? Your mind is what comes first, and then the arrows come next. So it's just like I don't know, extension of the mind. What do you say? It's like your mind works and your arrows come next, basically, something like that. Yeah, I don't think the ratings probably mean much there. But good result for Tom Rendell there. Why shouldn't things work out for you? Make it work. Well, I'm trying to make it work. To me, it helps that you feel weird. That's deep, bro. Thank you. Yeah, occasionally deep, but not that deep. Which chair do you think will win the World Championships? Yeah, I hate this bloody... This has put me off the World Championships a lot, where they're just allowed to chill in their rest room. But I think it's clear the reason that Ding is spending so much time in the rest room is basically that he's really nervous and he doesn't want to be in the spotlight. So he's got to get over that. He's got to realise he's worthy to be there, and he's got to start playing properly. Otherwise, he's going to get crushed in the match. But he can come back. He hasn't got to the World Championships of being a week. You know, I say weak. That's probably not even the right word, but for not being able to cope with the situational pressure. Most Grandmasters thrive under that kind of pressure. So he's got to find that zone again. Ding. If he can find that zone again, which made him such a brilliant player, which he must have had at some point, thriving under immense pressure, then he can still win the match. But at the moment, Nepo is certainly big favourite. It'll be interesting to see how Ding comes back tomorrow, and if he can bounce back, fight back in a way. Oh, I wouldn't. Yeah, replace Ding with a ginger. That would just be embarrassing. I would, and the Black Lion. Oh dear. As much as I do enjoy playing the Black Lion occasionally, it's such a dangerous opening. Well, actually, all my openings are quite dangerous, but that is super dangerous. In over the board games, are you visualizing pieces moving to squares and taking pieces, or do you draw arrows in your mind when viewing the board? That's an interesting question. I'm not sure. I think it's another realm. Like, let's say when I'm playing in Reykjavik and I'm visualizing these long lines, I'm not actually visualizing as such, but they're kind of moved to some parallel universe, right? And you can see them, but you can't see them. Maybe like if you guys, everyone can try visualizing. So, how do you visualize it? I definitely don't see it with arrows. I'd see the position more, but it's weird. It's weird to think how they are visualized, right? I'm not sure the answer to that. Okay, now we're going to go back to D4. We want to try to get 3 out the last 3. Yeah, don't have me in your mind when you're trying to play. Sack that pawn, push Harry. That ain't gonna end well for you. And we're playing a Grandmaster, and I hate this flipping variation, the Benoni. We're playing a Grandmaster from Russia. And what line am I going to play here? Okay, well, I'm thinking too much, so let's play this bishop f4 stuff. And I think this check. My theory is a little bit loose on this. My opponent's banging out the moves, which is always a bit worrying. Can I take here? Could get in a lot of trouble here, because where do we move this bishop? Here. My opponent's playing so quickly. It's a bit disconcerting when they sack a pawn and they play at this speed. So I'm slightly afraid. Should I be slightly afraid? Where does this knight go? I probably should... Oh, what the hell happened there? Okay. If I can get castled, I'll be feeling a lot better. I just open up the matrix there. Okay. Now let's... He's going to try to shove this, right? Get me castle, please. Is this all like... theory or something? Is he just bluffing me? Is this guy literally just bluffing me? Or is this like some kind of weird theory that he's playing? I don't know. So he wants to take here. A3. Maybe. And he can play this now, maybe? Didn't want to allow that move. Should have just Develop. Yeah, this move scares me. Now my screens are saying they're going to turn off. Why does everything always happen at once? Knight takes rook here. I don't know. It just feels a bit wrong. But this pawn is so scary now. Oh, I'm going to have to take that one. It's just pissing me off. Now, can I go queen d2? Then knight e4. Can I go queen e1? Yeah, I have to look at this line. I have to find some line against the Benoni. I haven't looked at it for a long time. Okay. Ah, now it's bishop. Missed this as well. Got in trouble right out the opening here. Okay, I'm just gonna... it's not really enough though, is it? Try to cause some problems with this, but don't believe it. Play f3 and pray, but it's not believable. It's not believable. My openings don't seem to go very well in Title Tuesday often. I get always the wrong shit. Okay, now he's trying to exchange queens. Alright. The only thing I can see that will give me some chances is if I get a pawn to e4. So I've just got to go for pawn to e4. And his bishop will be trapped then. So how's he going to get out of this idea? He's got tactics knight here and rook here maybe. As a way out. That's a very nice tactic he's got. Knight here. E4, rook here. That is a really nice tactic actually. Otherwise he could be in trouble. Can I then... yeah, of course he's found it. Have to play this anyway. And now rook a4, he's found it. You've got to always assume that these players will find these moves because they're bloody good players, right? And this has kind of put an end to a lot of my hopes, I think. Rook here, he takes on d4. And if I move the knight, he takes my bishop. Taking here, just he takes back with a pawn. So I can't see a move here at all. I can't see any move. So I have nothing. Because we nearly got back in there. Bishop b5, he just took on d4. I think it was just winning. And the position is a little bit too much now. My bishop is terrible. Absolutely appalling. Last hope, get the king in. A rush for the centre. Oops. Probably going to fall for some tactic here as well. Knight takes here. Okay. This also probably good. Knight check. I could be getting mated here somehow as well. Yeah. Only chance. Shove the pawn down the board. But it ain't going to go very far. He's got me cut off. And asking for a miracle. And I'm desperate for the toilet as well. That's actually not a bird song, it's actually a bird, believe it or not. It's actually a nice little bird outside. Last chance is to try and get some trick with this one. But maybe we ain't gonna go down like that. Okay, I think I can resign and go to the toilet now. Yeah, I know this line is a really tricky line. It's one of those lines where you need to have time. I remember this gambit line, but I mean, there's loads of things I can do against Benoni, but I generally avoid it in tournament chess now, and I haven't looked at the Benoni for a long time. It's a very dangerous opening. Let me go to the toilet anyway. We're back. So it probably went all right until I let that C pawn come through. This is probably all kind of theory, but I haven't checked it, so I couldn't remember it. And basically, it seemed all right. This all seemed quite good, and I need to develop my king side, so this is okay, I think. But it looks scary as well, this position, with that C pawn coming. Okay, bishop e2, maybe all right. And now I'm very happy to castle, but my next move around here is key, because as soon as he gets this pawn going, he's got good compensation, right? He's got good compensation. And I need to play very carefully here. And I wanted to just play this move knight bd2. And I probably should do in time. And just get this knight out. Okay, he's going to win that pawn, but it's not the end of the world. This a3 move, as soon as I played it, I'm like, oh no, you can go c3 and c2. And you can see it's just this one little move straight out the opening. When you're playing a good player, slightly bad move. Which is, yeah, which can lead you to a whole world of pain. The computer recommends this one. This could be quite interesting, with the idea if the queen takes here, I might have a bishop f3. So I'm certainly better here, and in a long play game, it might be you might be able to work it out. But a3 kind of felt, if he didn't have c3, like a good move, right? Because now I've always got this little move, and if he goes here, well, I'm completely winning now because his pawns are rubbish. But he played it very well, c3, and now it's very tricky because I don't really have a good move in this position, unfortunately. And I played the best move, but I followed it up with a bad move. Okay, we've got 2 games to go. Let's try and have some fun in the final games, and we're trying to get to 7 points. Not a brilliant score, but I haven't played one of these for a while. What is this DNS error kind of stuff at the top now? What's going on there? Where did that come from? Okay, at last we're going to get a Dutch. Why has my stream done something very peculiar? What is happening? DNS error. What is happening there? Very strange. Why has the stream gone all weird? Anyone know what's happening there? That is really peculiar. We've got all this like stuff going on. Origin D. I don't know. Anyone know? What is happening? I don't know. Okay, some weird stuff. Stream. I know, but little things like at the top of the screen is really putting me off on whatever that is. It's like, you know, okay, let's win the game and I'll worry about it afterwards. The only thing you see is the Dutch. That's right. Let's make the Dutch work. And he's going for a sideline, which is fine. Probably going to get this kind of thing happening. E4 met by this move. Now, I've had this kind of stuff before. You get very interesting positions where you meet this by this, and I don't know if this is like a good way to play, but it's a very interesting way to play, and he should definitely play this move. And now I can play d5, and I think I'll do this, keep the position closed, and I rely on my little friendly pawn on f4. He's keeping it closed as well. Now, do we break out or do we keep it more solid? And I often like moving this bishop around, but my knight's not doing much. Okay, let's wait for the time being. Maneuver that knight around. And I'm not sure what his rook's doing there either, but we'll swap off one knight because I'm in a cramped position. And now I've got to work out how these guys are going to come into play. Now, c5 does seem natural, but I'm a little bit concerned about c4 when he opens up the position, and I'm not very well developed for it. Probably overthinking this as usual. Okay, let's do it anyway. Let's play this one. I would like to get a French defense kind of structure over here, but c4 does okay. This is what I want. This is what I wanted, because now I get a bit of pressure on his central pawn, and my pieces develop behind it. And I love having the pawn here in these positions because at some point this pawn can plonk forwards, right? Now, these pawns are not really doing a great deal either. They're not that scary. In actual fact, he now has to worry about my bishop doing his typical French defense plan and coming around to one of these great squares. So do we take once or do we keep maneuvering? I think we can keep maneuvering. Again, looking for these squares. So his idea was to make his bishop better, which is not a bad idea, but I think now we'll just get rid of what is called my bad bishop. We can put it on f5, maybe on e4, and I'm starting to like this more. Yeah, I when I was playing that, I was like, why haven't I taken that pawn, which I mentioned before? that was a mistake on my behalf, because now I've just given him this square. Very silly, very silly. Silly me. That was annoying. I should not have done that. On a better day, we would not have allowed any of this. So I'm going to open up the king side now, because I've realised I've just lost control by not capturing on d4 and getting that position earlier, because I've just given him a very nice square and a pawn. So I'm going to change my plan, just open it up on the king side, cross my fingers, and pray to the gods of random chess stuff. So glad you got a win in the classical Dutch. It's a very fun opening. So okay, you're going over there now. Do we put the bishop on e4 or do we just tuck? Let's tuck. I want to get the g file ready. And this move is certainly what's coming up next. So we can try to get rid of the defender and bring our queen in, combined with a rook coming over to g8. Alright, DJ Nutty. You take care, mate. And I'll see you, I'll catch up with you next week when some video work has died down. That'd be good. Enjoy your meal. Okay, so in we come. Now, I don't know if I want to take his knight straight away. Okay, he's defending this in a very risky way. But he is defending it. And I don't have any other way to put more pressure there. Now, I can take here and go bishop to f5. So let's try this. This looks very interesting. Now, if he takes with his king, can he do that? Check, and then take here? I don't know. Can he take with a king here? Bloody has. What a lunatic. Okay. This is getting quite fun now. Now, I think check is a good move, but just checking some other lines. Like here threatens checkmate. King back, check. Okay, let's stop his king retreating. Let's bring the rook in to attack, threatening a check with the bishop. And now his king's going to try to run away, but I'm going to come back here, unleashing pressure against the knight. And my knight should better jump into the attack next move. But also, knight here I can take, come in here, check, and he has to give up his queen on f3. So knight here, takes, rook check, takes, check. Which might be alright for him because he's got the open file. So he's gone this way. And maybe he wants to bring... Okay, and if I check here, where does his king go? Okay, let's try this check. If he goes to h3, my bishop slips back. We check him. If his king comes forward, if his knight comes here, well, I'm just going to at least win some material back here. Don't know if it's good. So he gets a lot of pawns. He's got a check over here. This is his idea. But it's only a check. And we can block that check. We have 2 pieces now. That's a good move. Got to play quickly though. Not a clear ending whatsoever. And, whoa, shit. Come on, mouse. Move quicker. Move quicker. See how slow I am with the mouse. It's embarrassing. Embarrassingly slow. Okay. I'm embarrassingly slow. Got to move this E pawn, haven't I? God. What am I doing? What am I doing here? What am I doing? Oh, it was actually going quite well this game until I played like an absolute idiot. Oh, this game's embarrassing. I've just lost all my pawns. Really, really bad play. Okay, I'm going to resign. Oh, that was so bad. Oh, I just lost the plot there. Stupid fucking mouse. That's what I'm blaming it on. Okay, well, that's enough for me. I've got to go anyway. I've had enough. That would have been a nice win. Should have been an easy win. And I did relax too early. It was, and I let his king do the walk of doom there. So annoyingly, but it gives me a chance to have some food and get the hell out of this tournament. So it's painful sometimes. It's good. It's bad. I think my attack was very strong there, but I didn't have the killer instinct. So, cheers everyone. We're going to do a little raid and go and say hello. I don't think it's the mouse. I think it's just that I can't move the fucking mouse. That's the problem. Nothing to do with the bloody mouse. Not that I'm angry or anything. And I probably won't be streaming much until next week. But we will see. Next week I'll have some stuff that I've got to do out of the way. But do remember, it is a sale on at Ginger GM. So if you want to support, go and check out this page. Everything is half price. Buy yourself something. There's a lot of really cheap stuff there, and it does help us do more things because we need the capital. So go and have a look anyway if you want to do a favour. Cheers for now. See you again. Bye.